It's not easy to just throw guys in there randomly after they haven't been in the rotation the first 3 quarters.
Oh, DD, oh, what it is? Oh, DD, what it is?
What's the latest on Porzingis?
He won't play today. He's sick, and so he'll be out, and we'll see about Monday. We're not sure yet.
He's a good friend of mine, and I called him. I said, "Is this pot story real?" And he said, "It's actually not pots."
There is something very disturbing going on with the Golden State Warriors. At this very moment, it has been 89 days since the Warriors signed the younger brother of Steph Curry, Seth Curry. Since then, Seth has only appeared in 2 games. For a player just coming off a 68-game season the prior year with the Hornets, this is somewhat blindsided just about everyone. No one saw this coming. What is going on with Seth Curry? But that's not even the worst bit. Steve Kerr just confirmed with radio station 95.7 that Kristaps Porzingis doesn't actually have POTS. Steve Kerr revealed that after speaking with Ansi Salah, the former Warriors Vice President of Basketball Strategy and Counsel, who now functions as the Atlanta Hawks General Manager and also engineered the Jonathan Kuminga trade, he was told that Kristaps Porzingis doesn't have POTS. What? What is going on in Golden State? What do we know about these 2 players, and how does this affect the remainder of their time with the Warriors? Check ball. When the Warriors signed Seth Curry, the idea of playing the brothers alongside each other was very intriguing. After all, both players are 2 of the best shooters this league has ever seen. After a month and a half of waiting following the beginning of the season, Seth made his debut for the Warriors, playing his first game against the Oklahoma City Thunder on December 2nd.
Curry got his first one here.
That game, Curry played a total of 18 minutes, going 6 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from distance to go along with 2 assists and 14 points.
Step back, Curry inside the line that time. That's a 2 off-balance jumper, Seth Curry.
His efficiency was elite, giving the Warriors a fighting chance. The next game was just 2 days later against the Philadelphia 76ers. He didn't play as much this game, clocking just 14 minutes and went 0 for 2 from the field and finished without scoring. Those 2 games are the only records the Warriors have for Seth Curry. He was first listed as being out for a toe injury, after which there were a couple of weeks of absolute radio silence. There was no reason given for Seth Curry to not suit up. He was simply getting DNPs despite the roster sorely needing his help.
Steve, I'm sorry I wasn't here for pregame. So was Seth available tonight? And if he was, why?
Seth.
Yeah, Seth.
Yeah, he was available.
So why was he not in there when you guys were struggling shooting from 3 earlier in that game or during the game?
Well, it's tough. We played 12 people, or maybe 11, but it's not easy to just throw guys in there randomly after they haven't been in the rotation the first 3 quarters. So he's definitely going to help us. He's definitely going to help us. At times, but this was not his night, and we went in a different direction.
Eventually, on the 18th of December, Curry was listed as being out due to sciatica, a physical issue that relates to lower back pain. For those unfamiliar, this issue is fairly common. LeBron James actually suffered from the same issue earlier in the season, but was able to recover and return to the Lakers. Draymond Green suffered this issue back in the 2022 season, and Ben Simmons in 2024. The pinching of the sciatic nerve can flare up when sitting, sneezing, or coughing, and can be caused by a number of other underlying issues, one of them being a herniated disc, as was the case for Green. Treatment usually requires muscle strengthening to relieve the pinching on the sciatic nerve. Now, there has been an update on Seth Curry since then, however. After missing 24 games, on the 18th of February, it was announced that he had been making good progress and taking part in live drills and on-court workouts. He's scheduled to be reevaluated 2 weeks after that original update, which puts his next update to March 4th. So we could see Seth Curry suit up as early as March 5th against the Houston Rockets. Whether or not he'll stick around in the lineup is yet to be seen. His health was a key issue the Warriors neglected to reveal when discussing the signing of Seth. Considering this roster was older and injured as it was, it would have been helpful to know. On the other hand, they did take their time in signing him this season, waiting till December instead of doing it as early as November. A salary-saving move perhaps, but it does bring into question, what did the Warriors know about Curry's health before they signed him? The good thing is that the recovery isn't just possible, but very likely, and considering the shorthandedness of this team, his availability could help the team down the stretch, especially in the absence of Porzingis. Speaking of KP, after debuting for the Warriors on February 19th, a day after Seth Curry's injury update, and having not seen the court since, this has left a lot of people wondering. Steve Kerr, however, inadvertently broke some news that he didn't seem to realize he shouldn't have broken. That is, he was told by Ansi Salah that Kristaps isn't actually suffering from POTS.
We're still trying to understand what the whole POTS thing is that Kristaps has dealt with before. When he was sick this week, is it kind of under that umbrella, or was it just regular guy, regular sick?
When I heard about the trade, I read about the POTS diagnosis, and then I called Ansi Salah, who was with us. He's now Atlanta's GM, and he's a good friend of mine. And I called him. I said, "Is this POTS story real?" And he said, "It's actually not POTS. It was not POTS." And so that was some misinformation that was out there. I don't know if anybody's asked him about it. Bottom line is, whatever was bothering him in Atlanta that was keeping him out had nothing to do with the illness last week. So he was just sick.
We've actually done deep dives on the POTS issue and what it might take for KP to be able to play through it. However, instead of talking about POTS, we're now having to revert back to the term mystery illness, something that seemingly can happen at any time and continue for extended periods. But hold up. Didn't Kristaps last year himself admit that he was dealing with POTS? Well, here's what I found. Just a year ago, in March of 2025, Porzingis posted a tweet stating, "I've been dealing with some viral illness that we haven't been able to fully identify yet. I am recovering and getting better, but still working my way back to full strength to help this team. Thanks for support, and I'm hoping for a healthy return soon." Following that statement, KP missed the next couple of games for Boston before finishing the regular season on a lighter load. The playoffs came, and just a few games in, they had to reduce his minutes. Tatum then tore his Achilles, and KP subsequently fell apart in the Knicks series, knocking Boston out of the playoffs. While he didn't miss games, he was constantly out of breath and couldn't stay on the floor. Following that series, on July 7th of last year, Kristaps Porzingis was traded to the Atlanta Hawks. Following the trade, he was diagnosed with POTS. This information wasn't made public until October of 2025. According to Steve Kerr, the Hawks management never actually referred to Kristaps' illness as POTS, and during that call to Steve Kerr, revealed just that. The problem is, however, if this is not POTS, then what is it? Kerr stated that the Warriors medical staff did their due diligence on KP. If they did, how do they not know what his diagnosis is, unless they know it and for some reason can't say it? This opens a whole new can of worms, especially seeing how quickly Porzingis went from healthy to being unavailable. This was supposed to be a trade to help Steph Curry, but if KP can't stay on the floor, this could be a really bad move that gets worse the better JK performs in Atlanta. So with no diagnosis, no one has a clue as to what may be wrong. Steve Kerr has said that the recent issue that Porzingis has had with being healthy isn't related to his ongoing illness and that it's something completely different. I am going to call BS on that claim. They still haven't disclosed what this recent illness is, nor what the ongoing illness is, and likely never will. At the end of it, this could just be a salary dump for JK, the same as what happened with Jordan Poole. The Warriors' reset may have already begun without anyone realizing. Acute timing, however, as Guy Santos was just given a 3-year extension following the trade. While I will save the details on that for another video, that also ties into the Kristaps Porzingis issue we're seeing. When the Hawks initially traded for KP, their reasoning was that if things didn't work out, they'd be able to leverage him for a big that can block and or shoot the three or some level of picks. Instead, they passed that torch on to Golden State, who are now in very much that same predicament. If things don't work out for KP, well, they save some money in the long term since trade season is already gone. With all that cap space essentially gone, what would the Warriors be able to provide Steph Curry in terms of help next season, since there's obviously nothing they can do for the current season? How do you guys feel about the front office's moves regarding Porzingis? It seems Steve Kerr is heavily embedded as he was fielding calls from the Hawks general manager on a player's status. Post your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Till next time, swish.
What more can or can't you say about what he's dealing with right now?
I can't really say anything, just it's a medical issue way beyond, my capabilities of explaining anything. So